So, with the news of Classic Blue and Mega Aerodactyl coming out along with Classic Red and Snorlax and Gigantamax, uh, I honestly still wasn't expecting Classic Blue. Like, I love Blue so much. Same with Red. So anytime they release a new Blue character with Red, I'm all for it. I'm not upset about it. The only thing I'm a little bit upset about is the fact that Red is not having Urshifu, because earlier in a story event in the past, they kind of like not shadow, but like they kind of hinted that Red could possibly have Urshifu, because they were saying how Kubfu is like a nice match with Red. So I thought in the future we could see a Red with Urshifu. It might be possible still, maybe. I really want that to happen, but this is still cool nonetheless. But we're gonna take a look at Blue in this video. So let's just start off with things right away. So we have Blue Classic with Mega Aerodactyl. For passive 1, he's going to have Rock Shift, so he's going to have normal type moves turn into rock type moves. And then for passive 2, he's going to have Combo Freebie too. Has a 30% chance of applying free move next effect to the user when its attack move is successful. And then for passive 3, Endurance is going to be the one where it is in like when you're just Aerodactyl, and then Recoil Removal is going to be for Mega Aerodactyl. So for regular Aerodactyl, Endurance, we know what that does when you enter the field. He's going to have the Endure effect, so he's not going to be able to get one-shotted basically. And then when he turns into Aerodactyl or Mega Aerodactyl, he's going to have Recoil Removal. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but negates recoil damage when using moves that have recoil in the effect tag. So that's good. That's really good. So we don't have to worry about having recoil damage done to Mega Aerodactyl, because we know he's going to hit hard. So having recoil removal, that's going to help with allowing us to spam and not have to worry about us basically fainting our Aerodactyl in the battle. So I'm glad they did that, which is very good. And if you didn't know, they're going to be coming out on September 18th. So they are going to be coming very soon. And they're going to be leaving on October 30th. So you're going to have just a little bit over a month to save up your gems and summon for them if you want to summon for them if you don't have any gems. So that's very good with what they did. So they're going to be a rock type striker, and then they're going to be weak to water. The theme skills that they're going to have, if you care about those, they're going to be Rock Strike, Canto Strike, Rival Strike, Pallet Town Strike, and Passionate Spirit Strike. And for level 140, their HP is going to be sitting at 602, physical attack 336, not Mega Evolved, and then when they Mega Evolve, they're going to be at 403 physical attack. Physical defense 138, same with the special defense, special attack not Mega Evolved 356, and then their special attack when they Mega Evolve is going to be 427, and then their speed is going to be 400 flat, so that's really high. So they're not going to have any issues with move gauge, so that's going to be good. And then of course, like if you have someone on the team that can increase speed, then that's going to help a lot more as well. But yeah, 400 physical attack and then almost 430 special attack. That's really good. That's really good. So now their moveset is going to be Hyper Beam, and then when they Mega Evolve, it's going to stay as Hyper Beam. They're going to have Dire Hit All. So that's interesting for a striker to have. So that's actually really good. That's actually really, really good. And then when they Mega Evolve, that's going to stay at Dire Hit All. And then when they're still in base form, they're going to have Ancient Power. And after they Mega Evolve, Ancient Power is going to turn into Double Edge. And that's where that recoil removal after Mega Evolve is going to take into effect. And then the training move is going to be Bonjour. And it raises the user's attack and special attack by 3 stat ranks. You can use it twice, so you're going to be able to get to +6 on special and physical attack easily, because you can use it twice. And then lowers the user's defense and special defense by 1 stat rank. So you're only going to be at like -2 special and physical, but when you have someone on the team that can increase your defenses anyways, that's not going to be too much of an issue, so no worries there. And then when used by Mega Aerodactyl, also raises the speed by 3 stat ranks, so that's really good. So if you were to use the training move when they Mega Evolve, you're going to easily be able to go to +6 on your speed as well, so that's really good. But majority of the time, you just use the training move or whatever to get your max stat ranks as soon as possible, so that you can basically be at your max potential as soon as possible, so that you don't have any real worries in the battle. But yeah, it's good that you're able to increase your speed to the max when you Mega Evolve. So I mean, there's that. But yeah, like Aerodactyl and Blue, like they're really good. Are they going to be the best rock type striker in the game? It's kind of hard to say. Um, like, yeah, they have Hyper Beam, they have Double Edge, so they got very powerful moves. But they're going to be competing with Emmet and Archeops, so it's going to be a tough competition. If you have Archeops and Emmet, should you summon for Blue and Aerodactyl? Honestly, it just depends on if you like Blue and Aerodactyl. If you don't like Blue and Aerodactyl, then you don't need to get them, because Archeops and Emmet are going to be just as good, or if not, maybe even better. But we'll see when they officially come in the game and we use them and see how strong they are. But as of right now, in my personal opinion, I feel Emmet and Archeops is better, personally. Just because they have flinch, and when you pair them up with the other battle trainer, I forget his name. I completely forgot his name, but like when you pair those two up together, it's gonna be a nasty combo. Like, they're insane. like that team in Sandstorm is just crazy, and we could definitely see Blue being good in a Sandstorm too, of course, but it's hard to say if he's gonna be better than Emmet. Obviously, if you love Blue, then yeah, go ahead and summon for Blue, because he's going to have Mega Aerodactyl. They're going to be a really good rock type striker, and they can even support the team a little bit too because of Dire Hit All, so that's very helpful. But still, it's hard to say if he's going to be better than Emmet. If you don't have Emmet, then of course, yes, summon for Blue, because he's going to be very good, because then he'll also be like your best rock type striker. But again, if you don't have Emmet, or if you have Emmet, then it's up to you if you really want to summon for Blue, and if you like actually really like Blue enough to summon and have him maybe be a little bit like not as hard hitting as Emmet or as good as Emmet. So at this point, like, it just really depends on what you feel like summoning for. But with that being said, let's take a look at their grid very quickly as well. And also a big shout out to Absolutely. I keep forgetting to shout him out at the beginning of the video, but shout out to Absolutely, of course, for the Detamine, and also for the pictures that we're seeing in this video. So this is grid right here. I did take a look at it already, and it does look pretty solid, but now we're going to go a little bit more in depth. So on the top right, he has Hyper Beam Propulsion 1, so that's going to be helpful, of course, but lowering the sync move countdown by 1, I mean, is it really that helpful? Yes and no, it just kind of depends, honestly, but it is nice to have. And then you also have Move Gauge Refresh 3, Critical Strike 1, and then you have Sync Move Power Up, so your Sync Move is going to be hitting a little bit harder. And then you have Hyper Beam Power-Ups and Accuracy Power-Ups, and then on the top left you have Sync Move Power-Up along with some more Hyper Beam Power-Ups. And then you have Surging Sand 1, Sands of Time 2, and then Sand Shelter. So that's probably going to be a grid that you're going to want to pick up for Hyper Beam. So it looks like the top of his grid is going to be for Hyper Beam. And then you also have, of course, the Training Move MP Refresh. And then now we're moving on to the bottom right. So on the bottom right, it is mainly going to be focusing around Double Edge and Ancient Power. But on the bottom right, you have Double Edge Power-Ups along with Dire Hit All MP Refresh. And then you got Double Edge Super Duper Effective too, so that's going to be very good. So he's going to be hitting really hard when you're super effective, so that's going to be very nice. And then he also has First Aid 4 and Soften Up 4 along with the Sync Move Power-Up. And then bottom left, he's going to have Sharp Entry 1, Head Start 1, Haymaker, a lot of Ancient Power Power-Ups, even though it's only 3, but apparently to me that's a lot, but but there's that. And then he has Ancient Power Move Gauge Refresh 3, along with Ancient Power Swag Bag 1, and then another Sync Move Power-Up. So his grid is pretty basic, to be completely honest, but sometimes basic is good, because like it's kind of hard to mess up when a grid is just like basic, because when you have like simple stuff like First Aid 4, Surging Sand 1, that's already gonna be like a pretty solid start to the grid. But then when you start adding in stuff like Sands of Time 2, Haymaker, and Critical Strike 1 and Super Duper Effective and stuff like that, like it really makes a big difference because it just adds more. So like starting off with the grid, First Aid 4, and like Surging Sand, like I said, it's just a good start. And when you just add in some more basic stuff that's like pretty common among other Zinc pairs, it's kind of hard to make them bad, especially when they have good stats to begin with too. Because then when you add in multipliers like Surging Sand 1, and then Super Duper Effective, and Haymaker, like it's hard to make them bad at that point. So then it's just a matter of like what kind of additional stuff do they have, like the move gauge refresh or more power ups and stuff like that for the move gauge, not for the move gauge, but like for the power ups for Hyper Beam and stuff. So it is basic, but it is good. He is good, and that's why it's hard to say if they're going to be better than Emmett and Archeops, because Archeops and Emmett, they just have a lot more going for them, and they just have, I feel, more power-ups, or not power-ups, more multipliers that can help them, because when they're over 50% HP, they're going to be getting another 50% damage added. So that's already a big multiplier. And then when they're in the sand, they're going to be getting more power-ups. Like, it's just crazy what they can do, the damage that they can do with the AoE and everything too. So it's just a lot. So Aerodactyl and Blue, they're going to have some tough competition there. But again, if you don't have Emmett and you don't have Archeops, then Blue and Mega Aerodactyl, they're going to be a good sync critic to go for, because outside of Emmett and Archeops, there's really no other good rock type user. Like, yeah, there is Duraludon and Raihan, but they're not a main for rock type. Mega Aerodactyl and Archeops, they are mains. Their sync move is a rock type, so that's what you're going to want to use against events that are weak to rock, because then when you use their sync move, you're going to be doing a lot of damage compared to Raihan, because he's a steel type. So but yeah, if you don't have Emmett and Archeops, then yeah, go ahead, summon for Blue, because they're going to be like the best rock type that you have if you don't have Emmett. But if you do have Emmett and you want to summon for Blue, then it's just up to you, honestly. I do have Emmett at 6 stars as well, so I'm still going to be summoning for Blue because I love Blue, and I love Mega Aerodactyl anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. But let me know what you guys think of Blue and Mega Aerodactyl. I think they are good. Are they going to be better than Emmett and Archeops? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, just because I love Blue and I love Mega Aerodactyl, and it would be cool to see Blue being like at the top again. So like, I mean, he still is at the top in terms of support because of Mega Blastoise, so but it would be cool to see him at the top of like a striker category as well. But let me know what you guys think of all of this. Let me know if you think Blue is going to be better than Emmett. Leave all that down in the comments below. That's going to be it for this video, and I will see you guys later.